Sam, welcome back at the Prague Chess Festival. Are you aware that you are still all-time points leader at the Masters tournament, even after a one-year break?
Yeah, that's nice. I'm glad to be back. And yeah, I mean, I guess if you play a lot of editions, it makes it easy to score a lot of points. But yeah, I'm happy to be back for sure.
And you came here to fortify your position. Before we start to talking about the game, can you tell us what are your favorite activities beside the chess?
Oh, I love all things physical. I love to run outside. I love to ride my bike, do all sorts of like hiking, hang out with my dog. I like cooking good food. I mean, I like all sorts of like outdoorsy physical stuff, basically.
And you were also on some reality show in America a few years ago.
That was a long time ago. It was a little silly, but it was a fun experience, and I'm glad I went. And having starved in the jungle for 8 days, it made me more capable of dealing with like being hungry, I guess.
Was it more difficult than today's game?
It was very different, let's say. Let's just say it was difficult in a different way.
Okay, so let's start talking about today's game. It seemed that you were very well prepared. You have time advantage on the clock, and your position was kind of more space, more active.
Yeah. So, I mean, the best move after h5 for black is to play h6, but this looks very risky because the king will be opened up. I mean, he's okay, but after queen c7, h6, g6, and knight g4, white's always a little better. I mean, it's never that straightforward, and at some point I wasn't thrilled with how I was playing. Like right after I played b3, I was sort of like, if he goes a4 or something and just forces me to immediately make up my mind, I wasn't sure that this was so great. But yeah, it's always a little uncomfortable for black, and I think the big critical moment was when he played rook c7, and the question is, can I get away with this bishop g4 and e4? And so I couldn't actually see a clean win. Like, I thought after he sacks the exchange like this, and I sack the exchange back on e4, queen c7, I could not bust rook c8, queen b7, king f8, or king f7, rook d1, king e8. It feels like black should be collapsing, but I couldn't quite find like a clean win I was happy with. I mean, white's certainly, I think, probably better, but I couldn't find the way through. But when he played f5 after bishop e2, I think it just wins. I calculated that I can walk the king to a2, and then because I've taken the b5 pawn, the queen will come back to stop the checks. And so, yeah, it was a tough game, but I'm glad that I took my chance when it came.
Congratulations. I have checked that in the last few years you didn't play as much games as you used to. Mm-hmm. Is it that you are more focusing on coaching because you have a killer chess training?
No, I mean, I do stuff for my academy, but like, yeah, I'm a co-owner of Killer Chess Training, but the lessons I teach there are all just me solving exercises and people joining for the ride. My priorities are absolutely still that I'm going to be a player first, and I had some health issues, so I didn't play as much, and then obviously my rating has now dropped a bit, partially due to the health issues, and that means I'm not getting to invited as many tournaments. Like, I would have loved to have played last year here, but I didn't get invited. So I certainly want to play more. It's just hard. There aren't so many tournaments, and there's so many good players competing for so few invitations, but I'm hopeful I can play more in the upcoming years.
We are very glad to have you here. Okay, thank you, and good luck in another round.
Thank you.
I think that we will meet here more often.
Thank you.